Okay, we have a 1500 point battle report for you today. Foot Necrons that you've seen before. A Nemesor Zahndrekh leading a unit of Immortals, unit of Warriors. A Catan, Destroyers and Heavies in there. Annihilation Barge. Scarabs and Wraiths versus a gorgeous Imperial Guard army. Melta squad in there. Big gun, Plasma squad in there. Command squad in there. Big gun over there. Some dudes just chilling on the side of the board there. And we're going to see if my opponent wants to steal initiative. I am going first currently. We're going to see if he wants to steal initiative. He's got he rolled a 2 on his phone there. He's got a dice roller. Okay, so he did not steal initiative, and we are off to the races. Okay, so wrapping up bottom of turn 1. Moved up over here, ran a few inches. Moved up over here, ran a few inches. I spread them out to give some cover to those guys from small arms fire. This guy moved up. I did not... what did I do with Zahndrekh? I gave stealth to my Catan. Just because my last game, I got my Catan shot up, so I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative this time. Gave him stealth. I took away stealth from those guys because they're the only things that have an ability, but I didn't even fire at them. What did I do with this guy? Zodded into here. A lot of hits, managed to wreck that guy. So those guys popped out, but they weren't pinned. And over here, these 3 heavy destroyers from this unit were in range. Fired in there and wrecked that guy, and those guys, I guess, weren't pinned either. And that was about it. Moved up and ran a few inches over here. Moved up to the edge of this thing, because we started on the back of it. And that was it. So we're on to bottom of turn 1 for rounding up bottom of turn 1 for Imperial Guard. Pretty lucky rolls. I was pretty sneaky. I put my invulnerable saves up front, put my guys behind to get cover. These guys made all their cover saves. A lot of heavy blasts were targeted at them. One from that tank there, one from that tank back there. Some strength 6 shooting from that guy, multi-laser, but we made our cover saves here. One Wraith failed an armor save from a plasma shot. Like plasmas, regular guns there, fired into the Wraiths. Managed to kill, or managed to put 1 wound there. Nothing came at this guy, so he didn't get fired at. And 2 of these guys died. They made their leadership, and 1 returned from reanimation protocol. I had removed both of the regular destroyers. And that was it. So it's on to turn 2 for Necrons. Mid, top of turn 2 wrap up. The Wraiths are assaulting into here, and the Scarabs are going to be assaulting this guy. Before that, we zodded him with this guy, but just made it so he can't move or shoot. So these guys are going to try to charge in there and try to cause some damage. Back in a bit with a full wrap. Rounding up that top of turn 2, what happened? Eventually, these guys wrecked the vehicle. They exploded it, actually, pardon me. They did 9 entropic strikes on it, lowered it to armor 1, and then they got a lot of penetrations through. In the ensuing explosion, 1 base died, and 6 of these guys died, so they were a little bit unlucky there. Over here, the Wraiths charged in and slaughtered down the unit. They chopped it down and consolidated 1 inch back only after that. And over here what happened, so this guy tried to zod into that vehicle, didn't really do too much to it. These guys, I gave them tank hunters, took away stealth from those guys with Zahndrekh. And what happened here, fired in, and then that guy only got 1 hit and could not glance or penetrate. He moved up and only ran 1 inch, so he's kind of out in the open now. These guys fired into here, I think killed 3 guys, but they made their leadership. Without the stealth there. And that was it. So we're on to bottom of turn 2 for Imperial Guard. So a mid-bottom of turn 2 wrap-up, because there was been a response by the Imperial Guard. The Servitor and his tech priest guy are charging these remaining Wraiths. Wraiths got shot up, I'll explain that later. And we're going to see a combat over here. So we're going to wrap that up back in a bit. A lot of action this turn. So wrapping up that bottom of turn 2. So eventually those Wraiths did chop through that unit, the Servitor and the guy, and they got a kill point there, consolidated 4 inches. What happened before? Lots of shooting from las guns into them, gunned them down to just 2 bases. Over here, Melt has missed, unfortunately. 1 gun caused a single wound. The big gun, though, blasted in there, nuked 6 bases instantly. So there's just 1 little guy with 2 wounds left there. Over here, the Catan took a strength 9 hit and another strength 9 from the last cannon there, and he failed both of his invulnerables, so he's already down to 2 wounds. Other than that, yeah, that was it. There was a shot from this big tank into here, last cannon and his big gun, but drifted off, and the last cannon missed, so that was lucky for him. And we're on to turn 3. Okay, so top of turn 3, we're going to end the game. Imperial Guard concede. What happened? These guys moved up rapid fire in there, blew away some guns. These guys were tank hunted, fired in there, but again, just made it so he couldn't shoot. But he's missing his gun, he's immobilized, he can't shoot. Over here, this guy moved in here, zodded those 4 infantry for kill point. That guy went in there. That guy hadn't moved, so we got 3 hits, 2 entropic strikes, but we just glanced him and made it so we can't shoot from that Scarab there. Over here, Catan moved in, charged those guys after a couple were killed from shooting from these guys. Slaughtered the entire unit, killed a bunch of guys, and then Gaze of Death killed everybody else, and he regained a wound from Gaze of Death. And that was but he consolidated 6 inches towards that tank there. So and the Wraiths also charged in, slaughtered that unit, consolidated a couple inches there. So yeah, so I mean it was just it really went my way this game, but it might have changed if the first turn had gone a little different for Imperial Guard. But thanks for the game, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you.